I was working at a company that I'd worked for several years, and I was just thought there was something else that I needed. And so I just started asking around. I'd meet with Jeff and ask him what a typical day was like in a real estate agent's life, and he just laughed at me and said there's not a typical day, which is true. And I just kept asking questions, and finally he made me get the test and took it, and it was a huge leap of faith because it was all commission and no certainty, but I jumped in. Failure wasn't an option, and so I jumped in with both feet and haven't stopped and looked back yet. I like the aspect of a team. We're not just individual agents, we are a team at Windermere, and we have each other's back, and we will take care of you to the best of our ability, even if you're not our client. I like to travel. I like to travel internationally, locally, nationally. I just like to travel. I like to see the things that I never got to see when I was a kid, and so I like to go, and every time that we go someplace, it's a new adventure. And so we also like to golf, and so when we travel, we take our golf clubs, and we've golfed on some pretty nice courses around the country, so that's very fun. We camp quite a bit. We camp with our family and our friends, and then we always take family vacations every year, and so each year is someplace new, and it usually involves warm weather and water. Then this year, I think we're going to go to Alaska to go fishing.
Jeff Thompson is what brought me into this business. I was working in the auto industry, and I was miserable. And Jeff and I were at a birthday party for one of his granddaughters, and he could sense my misery. And we sat down and had a phenomenal conversation about real estate, which turned into a lunch about real estate, and really became a very enticing industry for me to be in, to be able to serve people in a way that I wasn't serving them in the auto industry. And so his mentality and his thoughts on real estate are really what drove me to want to pursue this business. I have 3 kids that I love to follow around everywhere. So when I'm not working, we are at volleyball tournaments, basketball games, gymnastic events. We're kind of all over the place. Softball. My kids love sports, and I love that they love sports, so we go where they are. So my time with my kids when I'm not working that's precious and valuable to me. So that's where I'm at, is I'm following my kids around. To me, Windermere Group 1 is a family. We genuinely care about and want to take care of each other. I've made great friends in this company that are friends beyond just the real estate. And more so, the community we have here is that we want to see each other grow. We don't want to know that one of our agents is struggling, and so we're always there to help and coach and train and learn new things and learn new aspects of the business. And I don't know any other real estate company that does that, where every agent in our office wants to see the other one succeed. And so I love that every day when I come in here, I can talk to anyone in our office and be encouraged to keep pressing forward if it's a tough time, or to be congratulated when things are going really well. We're definitely a family here. It's pretty awesome. I think the thing I love most about what I do is developing new relationships with clients. I'm a very relational person, so every client that I get to interact with and get involved with, I want to become my friend. I want to have a friendship with them for a long time, and then take care of them beyond just their home. You know, with buying a home, a lot of things come with that. And if I can develop a relationship with them where I can help them through other phases of life, that's what I love about what I get to do. Those great connections, those great relationships.
What brought me into the business was my husband and I bought a construction business and remodeling, and we remodeled bathrooms. And so I did a lot of work for realtors and people that would flip homes, and I just loved it. I loved the real estate part. I loved when we got done watching to see how quickly the home sold. And a friend of mine became a realtor, and he just said, you know, I think you should try this out. And it was always in the back of my mind, but I really didn't have anyone to take over the business. And as my son reached into his upper 20s, we just decided to go for it. So he kept the business. We worked them together so we could list a home and help with some remodeling, and it just took off. So now he is my partner. What I love to do when I'm not working is I have 2 of the most adorable grandbabies, 6 and 1, and I do love to go to the movies and play and build forts in the house. We also have a cabin, so we like to take time and go to our cabin, and of course grandbabies love to go, and my oldest likes to explore. We look for slugs, so I can get really professional looking, but then I can dig in the dirt. So that's what I enjoy doing the most when I have extra time. When I'm not working, I have 2 adorable grandbabies, 2 girls, and 1 and 6. And so I like spending time with them. My oldest likes to build forts, and so we build forts in the house. We have a cabin as well, and she loves to go exploring, and we just have so much fun. So when I get free time, I really enjoy my family. What I love about working at Windermere Group 1 is definitely the leadership. That drew me into this is Jeff is amazing, always there for me. I love all the people. We're one group, and I know I can go to any one of them for help. They know they can come to me for help, and so I love the unity of everyone being one and having the same goal. When I'm not working, the things I like to do is I love my grandbabies. I have 2, so I enjoy going to the movies or spending time with them. I have a real passion for rescuing dogs, so I enjoy my puppies, which I have a very big one now that's trying my patience, but I do love helping in rescuing and putting dogs and any animal in a good environment. I just started golfing. I'm not very good, but it gives me time to spend with my husband, which in real estate sometimes I'm so busy I don't get that one-on-one time with him. So those are some of the things I like to do when I have free time.
I have always had a interest in real estate, and I felt that when I purchased my first home and had the experience with Windermere, I felt like it was something that I definitely wanted to do. So Windermere actually gave me the opportunity to turn my interest into a passion. My wife and I really enjoy spending time with our daughter, doing things outdoors, community activities. We spend a lot of time at the park, on the river, hiking badger. So really anything outdoors, as a family unit is something that we really enjoy. I really enjoy helping people. I love whether they need to buy or sell. Usually in those processes it can be really stressful. And so I try to really be the calm of the storm and work people through the process and make it as easy for them as possible. So anything that I can do to, whether it's a buyer or seller, to make that process simple, that's really my goal, to just kind of exceed the expectations of what they might have.
When I was at WSU, I took a course in real estate by chance and really enjoyed it. So after I graduated there, I ended up going to grad school for real estate and made my way back to the Tri-Cities where I grew up, and now I'm here. One of my passions is home renovation. So my girlfriend and I have taken an old home and pretty much remodeled it from the studs out, taken out walls, all that kind of thing. And it's painful at times, but it's one of the things I really enjoy doing is seeing the end product. One of the best things about working here is the fact that the amount of experience that's in the office. So coming into the industry new, green, not having an idea about what am I doing, flying by the seat of my pants, and being able to call absolutely anybody in the office when I had a question or a scenario that didn't really make a whole lot of sense to me at the time. Being able to get that answer was priceless.
I was always interested in real estate. I've known Jeff Thompson for many years. I met with him. The positive work environment that he had to offer was definitely the right choice for me. That was definitely the right choice for me. I'm a summer person, so I like warm weather, love the Columbia River. Tri-Cities has so much to offer for outdoor activities. My family and I love to boat. There's just golfing, so many different activities that you can do outside because the weather here is so good. It's such a positive environment. The people here are great. There's great training. There's great, it's just a great industry overall. You get to meet people, you get to help people. There's no better feeling than handing the keys over to a customer or a client or a friend. A first-time home buyer. It's just a great feeling when they buy their first home. They're building wealth for their family, and it's just a great feeling overall. The culture that Jeff has built here is solid. Again, it's positive. It makes you want to come to work. Love the people, love the environment, love the culture. It's just a positive work environment. So it makes you want to come to work. It makes you want to help people. When you hand somebody their keys for the first time to their home, it's an incredible feeling that, that you see the happiness, the excitement. Sometimes you see them a little scared, but you know that they're building wealth for their family. It's a great investment.
Real estate just kind of fell into my lap. My husband worked for a builder and was sent out of town to work, and I was a hairdresser at the time, and it was either start over doing hair or start over doing something else, and his boss told me to get my real estate license, so I did. And that was 11 years ago, and it's been quite the ride, but I love it. Well, I have 2 kids in sports. My daughter is 11, and she is on a tournament softball team. And then my son is 9, and he plays every sport you can think of. So it's every season we are busy, 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 constantly practices, games, and I love it. Like I said before, I've been in the business about 11 years, and I worked at a couple other companies. And I've always thought since working here that if I would have started here at Group 1, it would have been a game changer for my business, just because of the support that they offer their new agents and the training and just the camaraderie at this office. I just think it's amazing.
It's a bit of a family business. My grandmother sold real estate for 30 years, and my parents had several investment properties as I was growing up. And so it's just something that I've always kind of been around. I've been showing houses with my grandma since I was 4 years old. So did floor time at the office with her, and I was always just a part of it. And so I've always done customer service related jobs, and this was just kind of the next step, I think, in the evolutionary process. I just helping people meet the next need, which is, growing their family and getting the next home and kind of moving on to the next stage of their life. I have a toddler. She is just about to turn 2 years old, so pretty much all of my time outside of work is spent with her. My husband and I are very involved in our youth group at church, and so we're leaders there. We actually just had a camp this past weekend, and just being involved. I love being around, the teenage kids, and love seeing my daughter play with, her friends and growing and things like that. And so it's really just hanging out with family and playing games, things like that. Windermere Group 1 to me is synonymous with family. I came into the business, and Patty and Jeff just instantly took me under their wing and really just kind of nurtured my growth here at the company. Not only that, but the people in my office that I work with. My first deal, I had 4 people that swarmed me just to make sure that everything was put together the way it was supposed to be, and it was just really helpful. And so it's just family, and I love it. I love the relationships that I get to build with the people that I work with. Everybody comes to me in a different stage of life, whether it's having new children or just getting married or a new job and they're transitioning to a new city. It's all fun stages, and I just love being a part of that and building a relationship with people as they go through it.
What brought me into real estate was 2 different things. I love helping people, and I like houses. People are different. They have different goals, different ideas, different dreams. They have all sorts of pasts and future plans. Houses are different. You have the styles, the material, and the 2 just work very nicely together. And you find your client looking and those houses and all those differences, they all start to meld together and they become a home. When I'm not working, I enjoy hanging out with my kids when I get to see them. I like to golf, which we have a lot of great golf courses in the Tri-Cities. I enjoy walking my dogs. I hang out with my friends, travel, enjoy the sunshine, garden. Pretty much about everything most people in the Tri-Cities do. What I love about working at Windermere Group 1 is that we're all like a big family. Everybody seems genuinely concerned and caring about each other's questions, each other's day. We celebrate each other's successes. We have tons of coaching. We have a lot of training available, mentorship that from so many people, it's hard to imagine how many people are willing to help you out. It's not like you're in a business by yourself. You've got 60 people that are always there willing to do what they can for you. There's nothing that I could say that would make me want to be more positive and more happy each day when I come to work. It's a great place to be.
So I have been in what you might think is the real estate industry for pretty much my whole adult life. I started in a legal career where we were using land use law, and I was actually helping draft covenants for local cities, and then went on to become an operations manager for a huge commercial real estate company in Newport Beach, California. So when I moved back to the Tri-Cities, which is my hometown, I decided that a natural progression for me would be to sell homes. I like to do quite a few things when I'm not working. Personally, my husband and I are both avid bikers, so we do like to ride road bikes and really enjoy the trail system that the Tri-City area has to offer. I also have 4 children, so we spend a lot of time doing local events like sports, children's theater, just attending all of those great things that they do while they're still at home. I like walking in the front door. I love the staff that we have that takes care of us on a daily basis. I love the ownership who is always upbeat and always training us on a professional level. And I love the agents in the office. Always a great team to work with. What I love the most about the business is the people. I really like watching, in the last 15 years, the clients that I've had have children who go on to buy houses and to be their trusted agent and to sell them their first home. I work as a team. And whether it is a team with my full-time licensed assistant who works directly with me, or it's the team we work with to stage homes, or to schedule photographers, or our closing agents, we have a system in place that makes our transactions seamless.
So about 2 years ago, I started with Windermere as front desk. And I absolutely loved that for the last 2 years. And then just recently in January, I started as Tanya Callie's assistant, which I've been loving as well. One thing that I really like about Windermere Group 1 is they always promote growth in their staff, their agents, and yeah, it's just super cool. What I really love to do is my husband and I like to find different hiking trails and search out waterfalls. We found some really cool ones, so that's always really fun. And actually, we just recently got a puppy, which has been consuming a ton of our time. She's super fun though, but a lot of work. But training is challenging and good, and yeah, super fun with a new puppy. What I really love about working at Windermere Group 1 is how they promote growth, whether it's the staff, the agents. Starting as myself as a staff member, they've really encouraged through the front desk, and then when we opened our Southridge office, I was the kind of coordinator over there, and I love doing that. And then the opportunity with Tanya Callie's to be her assistant, that's been super cool and just such a blessing. I feel like Jeff and Patty Thompson are just so incredible in how they are wanting everyone to be successful, everyone to grow, and I can really see that in how they run their business. What I love about what I do is it changes every day. So it's exciting. I'm never, just doing the same thing over and over and over. There's always something new. I feel like I'm learning a ton. Being in my new position, I've only been there for a little bit less than a month, but just so far, I just feel like I'm learning a ton and growing, and it's new every day, so that's cool.
Well, I have a brother who is in real estate, and he convinced me that I should not be working behind a desk about 17 years ago. and that I would be better using my skills helping other people find a home, find their dream home. I really like to travel. I'm from the Midwest, so I travel back there often. And I have a new grandbaby there. So we love to do that, but I certainly do like the warmer weather. So Mexico is my favorite. Other than that, I'd like to spend time with my friends and family. Well, it's like family here. It's like everybody's got everybody's back. Everybody's here for the same reason. We all want to be successful, and we all want to help people find the American dream. I like the fact that I can help people find the perfect home. I love the excitement through the whole process. I like to be able to hold their hands until that end day when I get to give them that key. And I also like the fact that I get invited back for housewarming parties, to meet their other family members. It's just been an awesome opportunity for me to be in this real estate business.
I love working at Windermere Group 1 because of the family-oriented environment, and everyone works together really well as a team. I love being able to help the agents every day and feel like I'm a part of something bigger, and feeling like I'm helping and someone buy their new house by helping the agents. And it's great to see everybody every day. Everyone is wonderful. Some of the best people that I know work here, and I get to be with them every single day. So I love that. I love the space that Jeff and Patty have created with the types of people that they have hired and brought in, and how they support us and encourage us to grow in our jobs.
I actually was a realtor's assistant for about a year, and I just helped him do minor things, and it just really, the whole business attracted me. I saw how he was able to help people, and I just wanted to do the same, so I got my license. When I'm not working, I love to get to the mountains. A couple hours from here we have a cabin. We love to get up there and enjoy the fresh air and the slow lifestyle. And I have a horse here that I love to ride when I have the spare time as well. I love the support we have here, the training. I used to actually work for a different company in town, and it's night and day, the support we have here compared to where I was. I would never go back. It's awesome, the support from the staff we have and the brokers. I always have somebody to answer any of my questions.
When I was younger, I was a realist. Scratch. Several years ago, I was an escrow officer, and I found while working that position that I just really loved real estate. So I decided I wanted to get involved a little earlier in the process. I wanted to show houses. I wanted to get with the people. I wanted to work with the people. I love people, want to make them happy, and this is a good way to do it. Oh goodness, many things, but probably first and foremost, besides my family, is my horses. We raise horses, and we spend a lot of time with the horses, and we like to camp, being outdoors. Probably favorite things we like to do. Oh gosh, there's so many things. First and foremost, when I came for my interview, I was so impressed with the training, the amount of training, and it never stops. It's always available to you. Training, training, training. That is so important. But this isn't just a team. This isn't just a company. It's a family. If you're having a problem, if somebody's sick, or you need help, or you need help with maybe one of your sales or purchases is not going so well, you've got so much help, because again, it's a family, and it's wonderful. The people, it's handing the keys to a first-time home buyer. Oh my goodness, sometimes they even cry, they're so happy. That's wonderful. The other end of it is I work with a lot of seniors, and helping them get out of a house that's become too much for them so they can move on to the next stage of their life. That is also very gratifying. So it's a little selfish, but it's a lot of gratification.
Well, actually, what brought me into this business was a person who was a dear friend. I had known him for many, many years, and he was an owner-broker for a business locally in a fairly modest-sized real estate agency at the time. I've been in the business about 20 years now. And for 2 years, he tried to get me to go into the business, and kicking and screaming, I went into the business, got my license, and I remember when I had my first transaction, And that transaction was amazing, and the people could not believe how much I helped them and what a difference I'd made in their life. And ever since that one transaction, I have been bit by the bug. And I never stopped, never slowed down. It's been exciting, and I've loved every minute of it for 20 years. Well, you know, it's interesting that you say that. You know, what do I do when I'm not working? I have a wonderful husband. I have 4 children and 7 grandchildren, and so I'm consumed with family for the most part. We have a vacation home on Lopez Island in the San Juan Islands, and we congregate there, have a big bash every 4th of July, and really do get away. Having said that, I do have an office in my house on Lopez Island, and so when I am away, I'm always available for my clients. I love my people. This is the biggest decision they ever make in their life, and I'm always there for them, and I'm happy to pick up my phone and just chat. So although I have away time, I always bring my people with me. Well, you know, I started this business working at another agency, and I will say that I knew Jeff through community activities. We both are very, very active in the community. I'm past chair of the Regional Chamber of Commerce, as is Jeff, and I've always adored him as an individual. So really, coming to Windermere Group 1 was a decision for the person, for the culture, for the training, for the motivation, for the sponsorship of it. He's been an extraordinary person for me personally to be involved with. So I came to Windermere Group 1 knowing that it would be the best fit for me, and knowing that being an owner in the company was a huge thing for me. I was in the business for 20 years now, and I wanted to be a part of the infrastructure of it, part of the decision making of it, and it's made all the difference in my life. You know, I thought about that. What do I love about Richland? First of all, I was born in Richland. The doctor that delivered me delivered my children, and I've lived here all my life except for college. I started out living in a prefab on Perkins, and then in a C house on Thayer, and then I lived in an H house from the time I was 3 years old until I went off to college. And I didn't know that living in an alphabet house was an unusual thing until I got outside of my universe and realized how unique it was. Now, over the years, I've watched Richland grow. I've watched the Tri-Cities grow, and I really think of myself as a Tri-Citian, but I have a love of Richland that's probably unique to a lot of people that are in this business. You know, one of the things that happened to me not too long ago was one of my clients sitting on his deck overlooking the Columbia River one morning with a cup of coffee. And as he sat there and he watched the last portion of the Hanford Reach, which is a beautiful stretch of the Columbia River, a bald eagle came and swooped down, grabbed a salmon, and flew away right in front of him. And he got on the phone and he called me and he said, "I'm home." And it just gave me goosebumps when he did that, because you know, that's the reason we do this business. That's the reason I love Richland and I love the Tri-Cities. There's a tranquility, there's a serenity, there's a love of people, a love of community, the parks, the walkways, the runways, the jogging paths. Everything about it is, how could you not love it? I love it.
My aunt and uncle used to sell real estate in Alaska, and now they're in Phoenix. They've always encouraged me to do that. And then I managed apartments for a large company based out of Chicago. And I worked in Seattle. And I got basically bored with that because you can only do so much. And I moved to the Tri-Cities and just jumped into it, and I love it. When I'm not working, I love to spend time with my family and my friends. my horses, the dogs, and gardening. My husband loves to garden. He goes and he built these big raised garden beds. And during the summer, I end up loading up like my back end of my truck and bringing it to work and dispersing all of it. So there's just so many different things. There's the carrots, and then we have all these grapes, and our strawberries, and all these different things. And anyway, when I'm not helping him with the garden, I'm playing with my horses. And I love to go riding and get up in the hills. The people that work here and the dynamics, the attitude is always on a positive note. They're always looking forward to what we can do to get bigger and better. And even though it's a large company, we're treated as individuals. And that was one of the things that really concerned me when I started here 5 years ago, was that I would just kind of get lost, with all the other people, and I didn't. They carve out time for you. Even when you don't ask, someone is always coming and asking you how you're doing, both professionally and personally. So I think it's been the best place I've ever worked. The thing that intrigues me the most about selling real estate is the daily challenges and solving problems for people, and looking at the big picture and making sure you get all the little details too for people, and following through. I love taking people out and showing homes and helping people list their homes and making sure that they get what they need. I think that's the most important thing.
Well, my grandpa, he's always been my biggest influence in my life, and I've always wanted to do everything the way that he did it. He was a great man, and he did many jobs. His favorite was realty, and so I decided that if I want to help people, which I've always wanted to do, this is the best way to do that. When I'm not working, I spend most of my time hanging out with my awesome wife and my 2 kids. They're really, really great. And if you can't catch me there, then you can usually catch me on the golf course. My favorite thing about working at Windermere Group 1 is that I'm surrounded by so many good people that have so much knowledge. If I ever have a question, there's always somebody I can go to with an answer.
I got into real estate because a friend of mine said that the market here in the Tri-Cities was going to take off back in 1990. And he said, I need some help in managing my agents. And I was like, okay, I have my Minnesota real estate license. So I came out here, didn't know anything about real estate basically because I'd been doing some other sales. And he goes, just, train these people and go hire some more people and see how it works. And, thank goodness it worked. We've been doing great ever since. It was back in 1990, and my friend that got me in the business was a good mentor for me. What I love doing when I'm not working is I love to hang out with my grandkids, especially my grandson. We've got 7 grandkids, only 1 grandson. The rest are granddaughters, and so I like to hang out with him. We like to watch him play baseball. Go to baseball games and just kind of hang out and do a lot of sports stuff. So I've been very thankful for the people in his lives that have helped him do the things that I don't like to do. He don't like to go hunting. He found a friend that wants to hunt. I'd rather sit home and watch the baseball games or go watch him play. I used to play baseball. I used to be involved in that and played softball, but now as I get older, I'm going to watch him play. What I love about my job is that I get to help people become successful. And I think we kind of give them hope. Hope that I can make more money than I've ever made. Hope that I can have a career where I can have a life. I can actually spend time with my family, and I can also go to work. Have a job that I like to go to work to every day. So I think what I like about my job is that we give them hope that life can be better. Real estate is basically been a second career to most people. I don't think if you were to go to a 5th grade class and say, what do you want to do when you grow up? I don't think anyone's going to raise their hand and say, I want to be a real estate agent. They're going to be a police officer, baseball player, whatever they want to be. They're not going to be real estate. So we get people on their second part of their career. And I've been so lucky because in doing this for 26 years, you've had a chance to watch some people have a great second career and help a lot of people. And I see people go from making no more than $30,000 ever in their life to 170, and how, if they're smart, it impacts themselves, their friends, their family, where they can help them because they take that and they realize, wow, what a blessing that is, and I can go ahead and bless other people with it And that's what I love about my job, is watching people grow, watching them grow. What I love about the Tri-Cities, number one, is weather. Being born and raised in Minnesota, spending 40 years there, I mean, my gosh, you know, we had, my senior year of high school, we had snow in October, and we had snow again in May 1st. So we had the whole school year was snow. I'm getting older, and back then, you watched TV and they only showed you the weather of the 5 states, so you didn't know any better. You thought everybody had snow. And so I came out to visit a friend out here, and I got out here, and it was in like November, December, and I'm like, what's the deal? And they said, it's nice, it's warm. And I'm like, holy cow, you're in a desert. So number one is the weather, and number two is the people. And it's kind of interesting, when I first moved here, I joined a softball team, and I'm playing with them, and we get done playing, and I was pretty good at it, and so we get done playing, and then we'd sit out and have a beverage out in the parking lot, and then they'd leave. So after a couple games, I'm going, where do you guys go after we have a beverage in the parking lot? Oh, we go down to a place and have a beer at so-and-so, and I'm like, could I go with? And they're like, well, what do you do? And I said, well, I work at a real estate company. Oh, well, we thought you worked out in the area. Because you worked out in the area, you're not going to be around very long. And I joked with them, and I said, if that's the way it's going to be, we're going to have a problem. And they laughed, and they said, no. We just want to get to know people. We just want to get to know you and make sure you're solid. And I'm amazed at how solid the people are here. Just absolutely solid. Good people. I believe basically that everyone, deep down, they want to be a good person. And that's my life, and that's how I'm going to live it. And I trust people. But I've never met a better group of people that really have everyone else's interest at heart. It really is a good community that finds ways to help people. And I'm really impressed with the people that don't need to be shouting it from the rooftops of what they've done. They help somebody, and then they just say, hey, you're welcome. They move on. They don't need to broadcast it. They don't do that. There's a lot of people, and we've had a great opportunity in this office to work with the Richmond Fire Department, with the local safety committee here in town in Richland for our Kids Safety Day. And they're not asking for us to shout from the rooftop. They're saying, hey, just team up with us, be a partner, and we can work together. So the Tri-Cities community is a quiet community that helps everybody, and they pat each other in the back, but they don't have to go out and shout about it. Good, solid people. What I would say I love about working here is that we want to break the mold of a real estate company. We want people to know that even though we're independent contractors and we compete with each other, that we care about each other and that we're family. And what I love about working about here is that if somebody's hurt, something happens in family, whatever, they got 5, 6, 7 people that'll jump in and help, and they're not asking for any kind of a referral on something. They just jump in and help. Watching the girls that we hire up front as staff people grow and blossom into a different job that makes them better. Maybe they're with us and then they leave and they go to another company because it's something bigger and better for them. What I love about working about here is that it's not a job, it's a place to come and hang out and commune with your friends. And we just happen to get the great opportunity to make more friends every day. So we have our core group here, a family, and every family's got the guy, the uncle that's a little sideways, and we like him, we love him, he's family, but well, we got those, we all got our personalities, but we respect our personalities, and we have fun with it. So if you get a little sideways, we're going to tell you, hey, you get a little crazy, and they'll laugh and come back and go, oh, okay. So what I love about it is that we're real people. We're real people here. I'm grateful for the fact that I took a risk that I was a little scared to take, but whether I was forced to take it or it was just God's plan to take it, I took it and had a chance to own a real estate company, and in turn now have partners in that real estate company. I had coached, taught, and trained and recruited and helped build 2 other real estate companies. And then when I had the opportunity to do this, I took the risk. I'm grateful for the fact that I said, yeah, let's do this. Because I don't know what I would do without having met the people that we have here in this office. I mean, it's a great group of people, so I'm very grateful. And I'm grateful for the fact that they allow me into their lives. Because as a real estate broker, some guys just say, hey, do your job and go ahead and do this. And I'm a little different, and I kind of want to know how life's going. I want to know how the kids are doing. I want to know how the marriage is going. I kind of want to say, hey, are you getting the most out of life? So they allow me. It takes some time. Sometimes it takes a couple, 3 years before they start getting it, but I just want to, let's just have the best life we got. We got one shot at this thing. Let's go have fun. Let's do the best we can. So I'm grateful that I took the risk. I'm grateful that these agents that I work with and my staff allow me to kind of take a little peek behind the screen as what's going on in their lives.
Prior to real estate, I worked in home lending, and I felt like I had a passion for what I did, but I could make such a bigger impact by helping the client all the way through the transaction and kind of get that personal touch with them. To be able to help them find the home of their dreams just really sets it apart from just issuing the pre-approval. And for me, that's what it's all about. When I'm not working, I have a tremendous passion for sports, specifically live sports. So being that Seattle is so close to where we live, I really enjoy live games such as Mariners and Seahawks games, and just kind of really enjoy the city of Seattle. I love that I have a lot of freedom in what I do as far as setting my own schedule, helping clients on my terms, their terms, and being able to do what I love every day, go shopping for houses and see everything there is to see about the process. And each individual person is so unique, and so it never gets boring for me. What I love about working at Windermere Group 1 is that every day I walk in, I feel like I'm with family. Everybody is so helpful. The mentorship and guidance that I get from Windermere Group 1, whether it be 6 o'clock in the morning or 10 o'clock at night, is absolutely perfect. It's exceptional the way everybody works together. Everybody is so supportive, and it's one thing I really admire about Windermere. I'm grateful that when I decided to buy my first house, I found Windermere Group 1. Finding Windermere Group 1 opened up a whole new realm of possibilities for the future for my son and I.
Well, in mid-career, I was looking for a change, and a really good friend of mine is a very successful realtor. He said I should try real estate. He said I'd be great at it, so I tried it, and he was right. I really enjoy my church community. I really enjoy cooking. Long meals for friends and family, 5-6 hours, the more the better. And I also have raced cars with my son for the last 10 years, and now my son-in-law, now that I'm in the Tri-Cities. I interviewed with 4 companies before coming here. Windermere was my 5th interview. I was looking for an education-based company. And after meeting Jeff, Joe, and Andy, I decided that this was the place. I knew it. And after being here for 8 months now, it is. It's really like a family. I love it. I've been in sales the majority of my career. What I really love about real estate is it's a short period of time that I spend with people. I've been a relational salesperson for years. And as long as I do my job well, I get to help people achieve home ownership. I can help them build their wealth through real estate. And if I do my job well, they come back in 3 to 5 years, and their family and friends. That's what I love. I spent most of my career in Portland and Seattle. What I really love about Richland is the people are super friendly. It's a small community feel, which I didn't get from the other cities, and I can get anywhere in 20 minutes or less, which is awesome.
Well, in 1999, I reached a point in my life where I said, am I going to continue to work for someone else? You know, you work and you reach a limit as to what that job will pay. You just reach a limit, and I thought I don't want to do that. And I was 50, and there was a time now that I said I've got to do this. I've got to do something for myself. And I looked around, and of course, you know, with a college degree, I could have gone back into other careers, but again, I was always working for someone else, and there was a cap on what you would make financially. Up comes real estate, if you will. My dad's best friend when I was growing up was a realtor. And I had a great deal of respect for Clem and what he did and what I observed was a career that helped people. And so I got into this career to have my own business, to be able to be paid for commensurate, if you will, with what effort I put into it. I could be my own boss, have the opportunity to have my own business at a real low price. I mean, there's not a lot of expense to get into this industry, a lot of education, but not a lot of expense for items. But anyway, all of those things said, it was the right move. Not working is, I have such a passion for this business that working is, it sounds like working is an end. You work or you play and for me, it blends so much together. So outside of the industry, I have a lot of interest with my wife, with my family. I mean, the typical ones, if you will, but at again, an age that I am, and I'm 70, now I'm looking at the things that are important to me, and that's family. The other activities, the golf, not to downplay golf, because a good golf game is a great afternoon, and boating and skiing, and all those things, those are not the things that I find rejuvenating and rewarding and beneficial to me. Now it's with my wife and truly the family. And my children are diverse in that, even though living in the state of Washington, not right in the Tri-Cities, so get to travel a little bit that way too. But yeah, really for me, absolutely family is the most important thing in my world. It comes from the top down in this company. It's the vision that Jeff had when this company began. And this company isn't about, the structure typically is, in real estate is a, if you will, a vertical. And Jeff does this business and preaches this business as horizontal. And by that I mean, it's like in so many businesses, it's one on top of another, and how well you do, and who's the best, and this one, and you can, it's a competition in many, or my observation is in many real estate firms. At Windermere Group 1, it's horizontal. It's how is the group doing as a whole. It's we all work together. The further we spread ourselves out in the community, in other words, the more agents are here, the more each of us learn from one another. So we hold hands as opposed to stack on each other's back. Windermere Group 1 preaches that, and that's what I love about it, because everybody is an equal, we're all realtors, and we all learn from one another all the time. Grateful is such an incredibly encompassing word, and grateful from just the day. But in my career, in my business, I am so grateful for the cliche relationships that I have, people that I might have never known. Well, I know I would not have known had I not been in this industry, and be able to know them beyond a cursory hello, how do you do, like you meet at a party, what do you do for a living, and you're on to, who was that person that I met the other night? Whereas in this industry, you get to know the families. That you literally get invited to graduations, and when you're invited, you go, wait a minute, when did they turn from 4 to 18? There's such a reward every single day in this. I'm grateful for the people that I work with. I'm grateful, for the incredible passion that they have. It's fun. It really is an enjoyable career to be able to to meet and know so many diverse people?
I was really looking for something that had a flexible schedule because I still have kids at home and I wanted to be available for them after school, doctor's appointments, games, whatever. And I also wanted something that I could do well into my senior years, past normal retirement age, and I felt like real estate would do that. So I love to read, and I love to read a lot. And I love to go out with my kids and husband, and we ride dirt bikes and four-wheelers. And during the winter months, I hook up with an archery group, and we do archery. And I also volunteer with Adopt a Mom and Foster Mom Support Group. So I do that, and we put on camps and things. Oh, lots of things about working here are really great. For one, the staff is wonderful. They're really knowledgeable. They do their work well, and they're fun to work with. And then just we have such a positive attitude throughout the whole office, and I like that. It makes for a nice work environment. And we just really have a growth-minded, mindset, and love that. I'm really grateful that real estate provides me with the opportunity to have a good income, be with my family, and help those that are looking for a home, give them something that they're really looking for. It's just a win-win all the way around.
It was actually a combination of things. I would say curiosity, determination, and God's perfect timing. My mom sold real estate when I was young, and I always admired the fact that she was always smiling when she was working. She enjoyed it a lot, and I thought fun and work should go hand in hand. So that was a big part of it. Also, for over a decade, my husband and I have brainstormed about doing a real estate gig as a real estate team together, and he was brave enough to do a career change, and so I jumped right in after him, and we've been going strong ever since. My most favorite thing on the planet are my 4 children, my family. So I spend as much time with them as possible, and they take up a lot of time, as you can imagine. But I love every minute of it, the good, the bad, the ugly. I'll take it all when I'm not working. So I also enjoy photography. I love nature and being out in society and the hills and in the mountains taking photos, and I love it with everything in me. So I could live out there all alone. I love the people. I love the super chill vibe of everybody. Just, it's a real family-oriented atmosphere, and everybody treats everybody like family, and nobody makes you feel inferior and capable of being able to do whatever it is that you're asking for their help. They're just really willing and able to help you. I love that. I love the freedom. Not the free time, so don't be confused. I love the freedom. All of the tools that we need to help our clients is at our fingertips. We have so much training and so much support in real estate, in the whole business as a whole, and in Windermere Group 1. I love that about it.
I love traveling. My wife and I, we recently went to Hawaii and had a blast. I love hanging out with my children, of course, and I play a little guitar and piano. I love the family feel. Everyone is very inviting when I first came here, and just really wanting to help you get started. And Jeff has a good way of bringing that to his business here. It's just making you feel at home and just like your family. I think it's a great place to raise a family. We got the Columbia River too. There's tons of things to do down there. Richland and Pacific, they do the Cool Desert Nights, and I love classic cars and all the shows they do, and just the events that they put locally here. It's a really good time. I love helping others. I love the customer service aspect of it, and I have a heart to serve, and I really like to put the deal together and see the excitement at the end that my clients get. Well, I came from the hospitality industry. I was a server for many years, and I really like helping others. My wife and I had often talked about being a team together, working with couples, and just helping them on their next journey in life, finding them a new home.
So I bought my home when I was 19 years old, and I remember signing on things and not really knowing exactly what I was signing, but When we sold the home, we made $20,000 on our first home. And I thought, this home ownership thing is incredible. And so later in life, I thought, I really want to be a part of that. I really want people to understand what they're signing. I want people to have that opportunity of home ownership. And that's how I got started. What I like to do when I'm not selling real estate is travel to Honduras. Actually, we like to help people in remote villages. There's a group of people from my church that we go with twice a year. And what we do is help provide clean water and build housing for them. And we go into the remotest of villages for the poorest of the poor. And still housing, still involved in housing in some way because I really truly believe in it. And getting to help some people that really need somebody to show that you care. And so it changes everything for me. Every time I go to Honduras and then come back to the States, I'm a better realtor and I'm a better person. What I love about Windermere Group One is it's a family and they have my back and we help each other out. It truly is one group working together. Another thing, Jeff Thompson, he truly believes in me and that's made a difference for me. I love a lot about real estate. One of the things I love is my job changes every day and so it's not the same. It's never boring. I love learning. And when a challenge comes up, it just makes everything really wonderful for me because I like a challenge. I like it when somebody says, I don't know if you can fix this or help me in this situation. And that's when it's really awesome for me. So I like the challenge.